Hey YouTube!
What's going on?
It's the Ashes&Mook show.
I'm Mook.
I'm Ashes.
How y'all doing today?
Oh, it's not time.
I know exactly what you know.
So, today we're just going to talk about who we are and what you can expect if you tune in, subscribe, like, share, love us, because y'all gonna love us. I'm just saying.
You know. This is
So today we're just gonna talk about who we are,
yes,
how we became the Ashes&Mook that you are about to be introduced to, and what you can expect if you like, tune in, subscribe, all of that stuff.
Please.
So my name is Ashley, aka Ashes. I am born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm not gonna tell y'all how old I am because the lady never tells her age, but I'm probably going to reveal at some point my age, only because I'm big on repping my class, high school class. And so so we live here in St. Louis, Missouri. J-Tone. So I work in higher education. I've been in higher education now since 2005. So whatever year this is that you're seeing this, you can do the math. I'm very people-oriented. I love communicating with people. I love understanding the psyche of humans, what makes you flow. And I love to laugh, and sometimes I can be extra, according to Mr. Mook here.
I'm not the only one, all right? Yeah, I have backup and supported experiences as to, Continue, J-Town.
I've introduced myself. It's your turn now.
Wow. Well, all right. My name is Anthony, aka Mook. Mook is a family nickname. Well, actually, it's the short version of a family nickname. I am proudly, lovingly, if that's a word, right? Lovingly from East St. Louis, Illinois. No S in that. Illinois Flyers, baby. 618 orange and blue. Class of. You'll get that later, but it's the best graduating class of East St. Louis, baby. Flyers. I ain't gonna say I work in the tech field, and if you know me, I went to school for that. That's what I got my bachelor's in. I'm not smart like her over here, but so good stuff.
I wouldn't say I'm smart. We are both college educated. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm smart. I just have this sometimes uncontrollable and way too much habit of overanalyzing stuff, and that causes me to want to learn things. And then I've applied myself, you know what I'm saying, to like go to college, and I went to, we actually met at undergrad. We're gonna come back to that because he played me to the left. But after undergrad, I ended up getting my MBA. So that's what he means by smart. He's smart too. So first things first, let's go ahead and run that back and talk about how we did meet. Because see, let me tell y'all.
Listen to these spewel of lies.
We have only been together for almost 2 years now. However, we have history. And when I say we have history, I mean your boy Mook could have made me his girl a long time ago, but he literally ignored me.
First of all, tell the whole story. I wasn't your type back then at all. I'm not gonna say what her type was, but it wasn't me. I was probably a lame. I was probably moving too slow. I just wasn't about that life that she was about with her men back then. So I was a completely different guy. She's matured. She's went through life. So that's why we connecting now. Back then, it wouldn't have worked. And she know that.
So let me tell y'all, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we met in undergrad. And so I worked at the school that I went to undergrad in, and he used to always come into my office, you know what I'm saying? And I used to help him, and I was professional, so I wasn't gonna cross the lines with the student or whatever, but we knew each other outside of that. We actually share a godchild together, which is really ironic. One of my closest friends ended up meeting one of his closest friends, and they hit it off and had a baby, and wouldn't you know it, each of them named us as the baby's grandchild, godparent.
Older.
And that resulted in us literally sharing a godchild, years before this whole work thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember, trying to like make conversation with him and all this stuff. And he was just like not interested. I think it's because I was white. I am white. Anyway, so so years later, fast forward, I just so happened to add him on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta edit this part. First of all, her hints or trying to talk to me sucked. There was no way I picked up on that. No, I wouldn't. No, she wasn't dropping hints. She wasn't doing nothing. I thought it was just casual talking.
I am a lady. Men are supposed to pursue. That's probably not the good thing to say. I was the type of person that I wasn't gonna make the first move. If you like me, then you were gonna let me know that you like me, and if I liked you, then we could reciprocate that energy or whatever, And he missed it.
Did you have a full-blown relationship when you with somebody at that time?
No, I was never a cheater. This is in between.
Cheater.
This is in between those times.
Cheating times? Anywho.
Had you came in and swooped me up like you could have done, should have done, would have done, I wouldn't have been in between. I would have been anyway.
No, it's zipped.
Anyway, so I don't even remember where I was now. Oh yeah, fast forward. I added him on Facebook. One night I had this weird dream about him and a bunch of people coming into this restaurant I worked at, and I had given him the chicken soup I made for myself. And he didn't even look at me. Like, even in my dream, this dude was a jerk. But when I woke up, like, I'm the type of person, if somebody falls on my mind or my heart or whatever, I make sure to reach out to them in real life. Whether it's a dream or just I'm sitting there and all of a sudden, somebody falls on my mind. I always reach out because life has taught me that sometimes that's literally a sign that this could be your last chance. Anyway, so I ended up sending him a message, seeing how he was, you know what I'm saying? And whoop through our band. Here we are now, going on 2 years.
Anywho, I'm so gonna edit this up all kind of ways.
You better keep that in there. And we're back.
Exactly. So I talked about how we met, how you played me. Let's see what else.
I didn't play you. You played me.
She played me. So when she slid in the DM. We were talking womp. And I was like, basically,
I'm getting tired of this inbox stuff. Give me them digits. You feel? Slide them digits on them 10 things.
She gave me a number, guys. 315 was the first 3. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, maybe she lived in another area and she moved back in town recently, So it took me a few days to text the number or whatever.
See what I'm saying? A few days.
I just had to make sure I was ready. I just got out of a relationship, so I was still finding myself. I didn't mean to say that. Anyway, so I looked at the number.
We finding out stuff I didn't know about. Okay, I thought it was longer than that. Okay.
I didn't say that. It was long, but it's like I wasn't ready. When you have a long-term relationship, you have to think about it before you jump in another one, So anyway, I was single for 2 years, guys. A year or two, something like that. Anywho, she sent me a 315 number, and I started Googling, like, what's 315? But I was like, whatever. So I texted the number a few days later. No response. If you know her, she's very active on social media. So she posting like every 15 minutes. I'm like, okay.
At this point, I assumed he was not interested.
And I assumed, you know what, she just either like she's busy right now, she can't forget, she got to hurry to post this meme before she lose it or whatever. So, I put myself on a back burner. So I didn't get no response. So I talked to my guy at work, my bruh. What up, bruh? You gonna be on here soon? I talked to my bruh. I was like, should I inbox her? Because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to seem like I'm thirsty or whatever, or getting on the nerves, because she see the text, she gonna text me whenever. So he told me just go for it. Like, what do you got to lose? Shout out to bruh.
Shout out to bruh.
Bruh know who he is.
Caramel?
Yep. So I was like, all right, let me inbox her to see, I'm gonna play it off. I ain't gonna be like, my feelings hurt, like, hey, why you text me back, So I had to hit it with the smooth jump. I'm like, hey, does your number start with 315 or is it 314?
He was like, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
clearly she ain't got enough time because she posted memes and videos and stuff. So I didn't want to interrupt the process, you know.
Wow.
Let's keep it funky.
I
keep
know
it
that's
real.
what it was.
Keep
You
it
were just
real.
real. I thought you just meant interrupt my busy day. You talking about interrupting my posting? Ain't that some? You really learn people when you do a YouTube with them. That's for sure.
Hey kid, go baby, go.
No, go ahead. Continue.
So I was like, you know what I mean? I want to interrupt you or whatnot, whatever the case may be. But does your number start with 315 or 314? She instantly messaged me back. It was like, what did you say? Oh my God! And you have to check the number that you sent me first.
I was like 314, 314. He said he sent me something, and I was like, well, I hope it. I don't remember, something to the effect. He said, well, let's just say whoever got the text message was looking at their phone like, I was like, resend it.
Yes.
I legit thought you just weren't interested and you were being polite as you had been for the past 50 years.
Wow, show our age, jerk. Anywho, we vampires for real, y'all. Yeah, and that was it. Literally, the rest is history, you know. Ooh.
On our first date.
I was just about to say, do you remember the first talkings of a date? How long did we talk before we decided?
I remember you made me feel bad because we were talking about going to the movies. Mm-hmm. And the day of, I think, I sent you my address because it felt like you were wanting to pick me up. And I immediately, after I sent it, the backside of my brain was like, now why would you send this man your address and you ain't seen him in however many years? And you were like, nah, let's not do that.
So listen. I'm the only boy of all sisters. I got nothing but sisters, right? 3 beautiful, loyal, got my back sisters. And I try to think about them whenever I have interactions with a lady that I'm pursuing, you know. And when she sent me her number, technically we're still strangers, you know. So I wouldn't want some strange guy picking up my baby sister or any of my sisters if they don't know him like that, you know. So I just thought from that standpoint, like, no, let's do it public. Let's go somewhere public where we both can meet at, you know. I appreciate her trusting me that early, you know, and I wasn't trying to freak her out. Now she know how I am and she know how I think and why I sent that. But at the time, I'm like, no, let's not do that yet. You
In
know?
hindsight, I have to say it's really weird on how comfortable I was with you so soon. Like,
you're gonna hear them stories later on down the road too.
Whatever.
Hilarious.
I was super comfortable with him, and I don't know why. I felt like because I had known him for years, but it seemed like I had knew him on a different level for years, even though I hadn't, because he was always playing me to the left, you know. So
she gonna ride the hell out that horse, y'all. But y'all go ahead and listen.
So yeah, but our first date, we ended up going to the movies and seeing Annabelle. You know what he was doing. Let me just say, when it comes to movies,
oh my God,
my body reacts to movies like if it's action or even if it's scary, whatever it is. Like my palms get wet. Depending on how intense it is, my feet get wet.
Yes, it gets real.
But it was a nice movie, you know. He was a very, very much so was a gentleman. Afterwards is when he asked me to be his girlfriend. You gonna tell him how that went?
I don't remember.
He was like, he walked into my car and he was like,
I was like, you better get to that car. It's a little cold out here, shout.
Will you be my girlfriend? Yes or no?
What I sound like? I'm in 5th grade. Come on now, don't put that on your
He did some type of like little Will Smith move. And I don't even remember what move it was now, but I legit, like, as soon as he did it, I caught it. I was like, okay, Will Smith. And the look on his face, he stopped and looked at me and was like, wait, you caught that? Of course, it's Will Smith.
Nobody ever catches my subtle things. Because people don't know my personality, so for her to catch it off the back, it just threw me for a loop. Like, wait a minute, hold on. That was some of my good material. You weren't supposed to pick up on that. Hold on now.
Picked up on it.
Tell them you didn't think it was gonna work out because I kept calling you Shouty.
Yeah. So before we went to the movies, we went out to eat. Now, like I said a few minutes ago, this man met me at the restaurant with flowers.
Right.
I have never been on a date. First of all, this was actually like my real first date. But anyway, like with somebody that was that thoughtful enough to give me flowers, like flattered off the jump. But while we were sitting there eating, I noticed he kept calling me shouting. And he would like lick his lips and he was winking at me and shit and stuff. He was winking at me and stuff.
Good job.
And I was like, I don't know, like I don't like this whole shawty thing, you know, like he's trying. I don't know if he's just real smooth or if he's trying too hard. Like I don't like that. I'm a grown woman, you know. I'm grown. You don't need to call me shawty or boo or none of that stuff off jump. You know, you get to know me before you give me a nickname.
Nicknames, right?
And then I found out that he has a niece who he calls Shawty. So now, in hindsight, it's kind of weird that you were calling me Shawty on our first date.
Wow. It wasn't like that, you jerk. I don't know why I was saying it. I don't even remember saying it. I know I'm saying it because it sounds like me, but I don't remember saying it at all. Shawty. Lick them lips like you say. But yeah, she was about to wrap it up on you, boy, you know? Because I thought I was vibing. You know, I had her laughing. She was red as this shirt. You know what I'm saying? I was giving her my best material. Knocking out the park. You know, she be eating it up. I ain't know in the back of her head that she was really judging. Like, I don't know if I'm going to go on a second one with this guy. He's called me shawty one more time.
So before we even got to this part, I legit asked him a couple of questions that you probably shouldn't ask somebody before you actually start dating.
Yeah, hold on. She gave me a whole CAT, SAT, GED test. She gave me all these quizzes through text messages. I was nervous every time I seen her name. I knew it was going to be a question. And I was like, I don't want to answer this wrong. I was sweating and everything. Like, what am I going? How am I going to answer this question, you know? But I was answering them right. You know, I was like, am I really answering these questions right? Or she just giving me pity
let me clarify what was happening, okay? We didn't even talk on the phone until after we had our first date. We talked for about a month or so.
I'm gonna tell you that weird thing she made me do. I'm gonna say that for the bonus content. Go ahead. Yes.
So we text messaged the whole time, and I have a few reasons for that. Number one, my job requires me to talk on the phone all the time, and so I have learned to multitask while I'm talking on the phone.
And she got a thing for men with high voices. It irritates her. I think she was scared I was going to have a high voice, so she didn't want to mess the illusion up. So she just wanted to keep me in the cut. Go ahead.
Hey, low-key, if you had a high-pitched voice, we wouldn't be here right now. I couldn't. That probably sounds really bad because I love you, and you know I plan to spend my life with you. So that probably sounds bad, but that's another story for another time. But anyway, so we used to text each other all the time.
I could just imagine you prepping that text to ask me, like the thought, the possible, I won't say disappointment, but the possible confirmation, you know, of you getting it, like.
Knowing me now, yeah.
Right, exactly. I'm like, oh, that would have been interesting.
It took a lot because I don't like to offend people, you know. And and like I said, I respect everybody for who they are. You know, I meet you at your level.
Right.
But that was that's why I asked it. When I asked it, finally, I was just like, you know what, forget it and press send, because if I didn't ask, I wouldn't know, and then I would be disappointed later on. So,
y'all, she asked me everything, literally everything under the spectrum, no pun intended. Literally everything from my credit score to how I put on toilet paper on the roll. Like, anything you can think of in between, she asked from those two dynamics.
Over, not under, never under.
She went everything, Lord, everything.
We were texting, okay? I had to have conversation. And also, I did send him a couple like personality quizzes, but that's just because I like to take personality quizzes.
Yes, she did. My love language, personality.
It's
language,
important to know
everything.
this. I think it's important to know somebody's love language, whether they are a romantic person in your life or if this is a business partner. Mine is gifts. Not because I'm shallow, but because I love when people think about me. His is affirmations. So yeah.
Let me know, shout.
So let's let them know what it is that they should expect with the Ashes&Mook show.
Right, because we going on, what, over 30 minutes? I know y'all getting tired of this. A lot of this, one-on-one, reactions, honest opinions on things, everyday vlogs, day in the life vlogs. Yeah, so opening up my private life to the public, that's terrifying me, y'all. So this is a lot right now because I'm a private person, super private. So this right here is a big step out of my comfort zone, but we're gonna see how it go, you know?
I'm excited. I feel like both of us have amazing things to contribute to the world. So I don't know how popular we're going to become. You know, hopefully we're popular in the sense of a lot of people get to see us. I would love for our name to become a common household name. You know, if somebody says Ashes&Mook, y'all know who they're talking about. But I just think that it's important, you know, in the world that we live in. I think that it's important to bring two different perspectives to the table, literally, and talk about what's happening and talk about how we truly see things and talk through things, you know. Eventually, I would love to get to a place where we have cameras up everywhere, because some of our most random conversations, it be content, like...
Yeah. Especially them car rides.
Yes.
Them car rides are interesting.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes. You might see some pranks, but you're not gonna see a lot of pranks.
Yeah, that's kind of oversaturated. We won't do that much, you know.
Especially now, after the young man who just lost his life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so...
Y'all be safe out there, man.
So yeah, so we just look forward to having y'all as part of our life. And we look forward to bringing you content. Yes,
Lord. I think that's all we got, people. Hope you enjoy this. It's gonna be more where this come from. We're still open for ideas for content, but as of right now,
comment below.
Yes, comment, subscribe.
Obviously, you know, we come from two different worlds. So if there's something specific that you want to hear about,
she got hair and I don't.
Exactly.
So
you know?
Yeah, it's two different sites in life, you know.
My top lip disappears when I smile. His doesn't.
We're working on this, y'all. We got to get another ending for her, but we're going to let her have her moment. See y'all later.